Welcome to Chomping Champion. I am Anup Kamath. Chomping Champion is a food vlog, but this particular episode is not about food. However, it started as a food journey. We started planning to make Kochi food diaries to shoot in and around Kochi and show the diverse food culture in Kochi and surrounding places. Kerala is a very small state. It has got 33.5 million or 3.5 crore people. It has got a lovely coastline of 580 kilometers. It has got a mountain range. It has got backwaters. It has got wildlife sanctuaries. It's an absolutely stunning, beautiful place. That is why it is called God's own country. Our flight was scheduled for August 10th from Delhi to Cochin. It was raining in Cochin, and at the noon of August 9th, water from Idukki Dam in Kerala, I think the shutters were opened, and because of the fear of flooding, the Cochin Nedumbashiri airport was closed from 12:20 to about 2 o'clock. We were worried naturally. But after 2 o'clock, the airport opened and the operations resumed in the airport. So the next day, early morning, we reached the airport. We had an Air India flight to catch to Cochin. So we reached T3. The flight took off on time. It reached before time at 8 o'clock. When it landed, it was raining. So we had a bit of rough landing. It was raining, but we got a cab to Ernakulam where we were staying, and the car took us through this beautiful scenic backwater place. I mean, we on both sides there were backwaters, though it was raining on and off. We reached Ernakulam in about 40 minutes. We checked into the hotel, and after some time, we started shooting for the episodes. And for the next 3 or 4 days, we had a wonderful time meeting fellow bloggers. We shot episodes with them. We shot in many restaurants. But on 14th, the rain started picking up. On August 15th, that is the Independence Day, we had the flight in the evening. But on TV, it started showing that the flight operations were suspended for another 3 or 4 days. So we had to reschedule our flight. We were worried because the television channels were showing scenes of Idukki Dam letting of water, incessant rains, places getting flooded. On the 16th of August, there was 137 mm of rain, and rain was pounding Kerala. It was 10 times more than the normal rain. We had rescheduled our flight from Coimbatore without any damages. In the morning, we had booked a train called Bangalore Express, which was starting from Ernakulam Junction. We thought we'll get down in Coimbatore. It would have reached Coimbatore in 3 hours, 40 minutes. But unfortunately for us, the train was cancelled. We didn't know what to do. But a policeman, he was not in the uniform, but he was sitting with the police people, of course. He helped us. He called the bus station and found out there are buses operating to Coimbatore. So he asked us to go to the Waipin depot, or Waipin hub it is called. We had to pay about 5 or 6 times more the auto rates because Uber was not available at that point of time. So for a short journey of about 15 minutes, we paid about 500 rupees. We reached the Waipin hub. Fortunately for us, there was a Volvo bus going directly to Coimbatore. We had to just jump into the bus. We got a seat. One of us, we were standing, and the bus started moving in about 10 minutes. About 12 kilometers from Ernakulam, we came across a patch where there was plenty of water, but the Volvo bus could kind of sail through that particular portion. There were lots and lots of local people who were helping the traffic which was moving on the road. They were kind of directing which way to go, which way not to go. Then we came to Alva, which is on the banks of Periyar. Periyar is one of the largest rivers which was directly affected by the water which was released from Idukki. Periyar has got two large bridges if you have to get to Nedumbasheri airport. We had to go to Coimbatore on the same way. It was totally chaotic. There were like boats, there was naval team, NDRF team, local people, police. Everybody was in waist deep water. They were guiding us how to go. Again, the bus kind of could wade through this water, and finally we reached Angamali. That is a little beyond Nedumbasheri airport. There, the flooding situation was very bad. On the way, we saw there were vehicles, particularly cars and houses which were completely submerged in water. The water was gushing from one place to other. We didn't know where it was going. But unfortunately for us, the bus driver refused to drive further because there was another bus which was really stuck up. Then there was another truck which was getting stuck there. And there was no refund of money. We had paid about 736 rupees till Coimbatore for 2 tickets. And there, the journey ended there. There were a lot of people hopping onto open trucks. There were regular buses which were going through, but there were reports that there was water in Chalakudi and then Thrissur, and the Palghat-Coimbatore pass was blocked due to landslide. Anyway, the problem was that ahead of us there was water rising. Definitely there was a problem. And behind us in Alua there was water rising. So we decided to hop on to another government bus, that is a KSRTC bus, fast passenger. It was very crowded and we had luggage. Somehow people were very cooperative. We jumped into the bus and we started our journey back to Ernakulam. Again, the problems were worsening because the water level had risen in the Alua River, Periyar River. Alua was now almost submerged. But this bus somehow could take us through these 3 water blocks, and we reached Idapalli, where the Lulu Mall is there. We decided to get down from there because again the bus was going to the Waipin hub, which was a little away from the city. We got a cab from there and we went back to the same hotel we were staying. Fortunately for us, the accommodation was there, though they gave us a new room. We started watching television, and that's all. I mean, all we could probably think of was how to get out of Kerala. It was raining so heavily. The television channels, since I understand Malayalam, I was watching Malayalam channels. This was on the 16th. Channels started flashing that the airport is completely flooded. Cochin Airport runs on solar power, and the field of solar panels were all submerged, and the announcement came that the airport will be closed for the next 10 or 11 days. Airport is closed till August 26th. It was shocking news for us. The images which we saw when we were going to Coimbatore, it was quite overwhelming. Everything was underwater. You know, there were young kids, there were elderly people, the families, ladies, in almost shoulder length water, carrying little they could, probably a backpack. The people were terrified. You could see fear on their face. They just wanted to live, that urge to live. They were taking their pets with them. But the local people were all in this waist deep water or shoulder length water. They were guiding, they were helping. The policemen, NDRF teams, there were choppers flying. It was kind of an overwhelming situation. This was something beyond anything which I had experienced. I mean, there was no explanation as to why it was happening. I think Met Department really couldn't predict why there was so much of rains. About 33 dams were open in the state. People were discussing they shouldn't have. There was controversy that they shouldn't have opened the dams, or should have. All kinds of things were getting discussed. But what we saw during that bus ride to Coimbatore was terrifying. It will remain with me for lifetime. Anyway, the airport was closed. So on 17th, again we shot a little bit. We thought might as well make use of the time. In Ernakulam, at least the rains had stopped, but the whole city was cut off. Probably Ernakulam was the safest place to be, because all around Ernakulam and all other districts were completely submerged in water. After lunch, we decided that we should go to the railway station and see what is the situation of the trains. Again, we met the gentleman, we met Anil, whom I mentioned earlier. He said 4 o'clock there's a train going to Trivandrum. But for us, I think it was too close. We couldn't go back to the room, pack and again come. He took us our number and we had his number. We were walking back to the hotel and we got a call from him. He said 6 o'clock there's a train from Ernakulam Junction to Chennai via Trivandrum. He said take the train and get out of Kerala. And we went to the railway station. The train was there. The policeman came and he made sure that we got the right coach and the right seats. He also shook hands. He was so nice, and he told me maybe next time when you come we can have a tea or coffee. The train started on time. It was moving slowly. We could see the flooded areas on both sides. It was, I think, getting delayed at station because this was a special train and it would wait for the other trains to pass. I mean, not that there were many trains. So we passed Cherthala, then we crossed Alleppey, then I think we crossed Kollam. There were a group of 3 people from Chennai with us. So early morning we got up. They informed us, our fellow travelers informed us that the train has got delayed. It was supposed to reach Madurai around 5:20, but it was nowhere near Madurai or Tirunelveli. By this time the landscape had changed, the rains were stopped, we were out of Kerala. So that was a big relief. Fortunately, our fellow travelers, I think they were businessmen. One of them had gone to the washroom and his Rolex watch fell down onto the track. So he was a little worried and he was calling up the railway police to recover the Rolex watch. But that's drifting away from the story. But these gentlemen, 3 of them, they told us it will be better to get down in Madurai because the train was getting delayed. A train was getting delayed 2.5, 3 hours. Again, it was getting delayed. Every station it was stopping. So, and we also were in half mind to get down in Madurai, though I've never been to Madurai in my life. I've been to Chennai. So the scheduled time to reach Chennai was, I think, 1:40 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, that is August 18th. But it didn't look like we would reach even at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the evening. So we decided to get down in Madurai with these people. We thought like probably if we can just wash up and get a ticket and fly back to Delhi. And there was a flight at 13:45, that is 1:45 p.m. from Madurai airport to Delhi. That was an Air India Express flight. But the train was getting delayed. It was 9 o'clock and by the time we had crossed Tirunelveli, we reached a place called Satur, that is 2 stops before Madurai. With our 3 fellow passengers, we got down there. But our fellow passengers were so nice. They were business people, so they said we have called 2 of our cars, so probably we can drop you to the airport. So we said okay, that was a chance we were taking. So we got down and the cabs came in 15 minutes. The gentleman who had called the cabs, who had lost the Rolex watch, he got into one cab and he headed towards Tirunelveli to recover his Rolex watch. And 4 of us got into Innova. It was a nice vehicle. The driver was so nice. He drove at I think 120 to 140 kilometers an hour. Certainly not in the permissible limits, but he made sure that we reached Madurai by about that to Madurai airport at about 11:15, 11:15. The logic in getting down in Satur was that Madurai airport was about 45 kilometers from Satur and Madurai city was 45 kilometers from Satur. So they said if we get down in Satur, we can reach airport directly without getting into the city, bypassing the city. From the Satur station, we had booked our tickets. I didn't want to get disappointed or stranded again. Fortunately, again for us, the flight took off on time. Maybe 5 or 10 minutes delay of getting into the runway and procedures like that. We were so tired that we just dozed off. but we couldn't sleep. The images were flashing in our mind of this disaster. I mean, a disaster where everybody, I mean, all 3.5 crore people were affected. People were only discussing floods. Everybody was watching it on their phones or laptop. We got down in Delhi. Again, Delhi, it was humid and it started raining. It was crowded, and by I think 7:20 we reached home. It was a really long journey. I think it was almost 26 hours of journey. 6 o'clock the train started from Ernakulam Junction to Chennai. Fortunately for us, we could get down in Madurai, though the train was late. We got the flight, we came back, but if we had gone to Chennai, probably we would have reached today, which is August 19th. Why I'm sharing this with you is for a particular reason. They were all unknown people who were helping others. People were wondering, why are these local people in water and helping others? But that is what happened. The local people knew exactly the geography for the place, or where there are ups and downs, where there are holes, or where there are drains. Without them, the disaster team or the cops or the Navy couldn't have done this job. It was so selfless. There was no greed. There was no jealousy. Anything negative was not there. That's a positive thing which I saw. Also, there were unknown people like Anil, the policeman who helped us. In the station, or this gentleman who helped us with all the information, though they had lost something valuable like a Rolex watch. They kept us in good humor. They gave us a lift. They refused to accept money. They said, it's my office car, so you don't have to worry. They made sure that we reached the airport. The gentleman who went to Tirunelveli to get his watch, he said, please give me a call when you reach airport so that I know that you are safe and sound there. Even after reaching Delhi, he sent a message checking whether we have reached safely. These were total strangers. I also have a request. If you log on to www.keralarescue.in, it's written on the screen. You can contribute to the Chief Minister's Relief Fund, or you can become a volunteer, or you can participate in helping people who have been affected by these terrible floods. I'm sure there are many more organizations. There will be PM relief funds, and there will be several NGOs helping people. But I have taken a decision, and I need your help for it. I've decided to collect as much as money, maybe like 10 rupees, 50 rupees, 100 rupees, whatever is possible by you, from my family and friends, and even viewers like you, to collect as much as possible and to contribute that for the education of kids who have been affected by floods. You could also send me pens, pencils, erasers, blank notebooks. I don't know about the textbooks. So as much as writing material and pencil boxes, school bags, you know what kids require. We'll try this, and from time to time, when we have a sizable contribution, I will personally make sure that all the money which you contribute, even a single paise, will be spent for this cause. No administration, no traveling charges will be taken from this. I will make sure that it reaches the needy. Thank you for watching. This is a pretty long video, but thanks for watching. My prayers, like your prayers, are for everybody in Kerala. Thank you for watching.